Internet people. I'm not stuck in traffic yet, but I'll get there. Right now I'm stuck at a light. And keeping with the trend of getting stuck in traffic and making videos, I'm gonna do a brief little talk. Waves is a little too loud. Let's turn that down. Alright, but today I want to talk about Muerte, AMB's album. Oh, no wonder I'm fucking cooking. I've got the heat on. AMB's new album, Muerte. I'm not a huge fan of AMB already. I didn't care for him too much on Psychopathic or Hatchet House or whatever the fuck that deal was. I liked Garcia Brothers, it was alright. I like Young Wicked's solo stuff. I'm not a big fan of Bones Dub. And I think a lot of the reasons that I have an issue with this album have a lot to do with Bones Dub's just Bones Dub in general, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that he's very lyrically gifted, if you catch my drift. And if you don't, I'm saying I think he's kind of a shitty lyricist. Like, I've only listened to like 3 AMB albums ever, and they were the ones that everyone said were the must-listens to. And I've heard Bones Dub rhyme knife and life fucking 100 times, I swear to God. And I don't know, there's that old phrase, all style, no substance, and I feel like that's where Bones Dub falls into. Is a lot of style, his delivery is really good, except for the part where it gets boring after a while. His delivery never changes on the album. His lyrics aren't ever super great. He has moments where it's really shining, but for most of it, it's dull. And, you know, an album shouldn't be dull. I've listened to this album a couple times, which there's only 2 reasons I listen to an album on repeat. And one of them is the obvious one, is that it's a good album and I like it. The other is that there's something that's preventing it from being a album that I love, and it's just chilling in okay status. And when it's chilling in okay status, I try to listen to it multiple times to try and someone spray painted anal on the underside of the freeway. Fuck. That derailed me. No. Bringing it back. Fuck, I'm still just thinking about that. It's anal spray painted on the freeway. Come on, man. That's not cool. But no, if I'm listening to an album multiple times, it's because I'm either trying to find out why I don't like it as much as I feel like I should, or it's because I love it. And with this particular album, there was something missing. And I liked Garcia Brothers substantially more than I liked Muerte. So when I look at the two, and I'm just trying to figure out where it breaks for me, where it just stops working, where all the pieces, they fit together but they're not put together, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry. But I feel like Bones Dub is part of it. Not a huge part, because I didn't particularly care for Bones Dub before this. And Young Wicked is good. I like his album a lot. I like his solo stuff. And when I say his album, I know he has Slaughter as well, but I'm referring to his more recent release. And something's wrong to me with this album. It's not bad, it's just not that good. It's not where I feel like it should be, and Bones Dub's rhymes are all very one syllable, and that's a thing with me. I don't you can make one syllable rhymes. Everyone has to sometimes, but you can't make your entire fucking album revolve around one syllable shit. So it's that's just a little, boring. A lot of his rhymes just are recycled. I feel like I've heard them 100 times before, and some of them I know that I have. And that's, you know, that's just a pet peeve. As a whole, there are some really good tracks on there. But the problem is, none of them are good enough to buy the album for me. Like, none of them are good enough for me to consider buying the record. I listened to it on Spotify. The best song on the whole album is probably Vibe, which they released the music video for, which I loved that video, and I'd say I even loved that song, but one song that I love is not enough to get me through 12 more mediocre ones. Lowlife with Twisted was a really good song, but again, something is just missing. I feel like something is missing from this album, and I can't really put my finger on it. It's there. It's on the tip of my tongue, and it's just not there right with this album. With Garcia Brothers, it was there. With Prodigal Son, it was there. But here, it's just not. So I don't want to make it sound too harsh. I liked it more than Gutter Water, which I was probably a little harder on than I needed to be. There were positives to Gutter Water that I probably didn't give it. This album is okay. It's not super mediocre, but it's just not that good. I just didn't love it. This album was also hella hyped up. There was an insert for it in Garcia Brothers, I believe. My friend has Garcia Brothers, my buddy Alex. Shout out to Turtle. If Turtle watches this, shout out to you, Alex. But I think that when that came out in 2015, they had not a sampler, but one of those inserts in there that said, Muerte is coming, blank date. Which, I don't know if that, date followed through. I didn't know too much about that. But that's 3 years to have announced your album and known it was coming. Also, there was an insert for it in Return of the Prodigal Son almost a year ago. So the album has had some hype. It's had some time to get its build up, and it didn't deliver. And so I'd say that's my final thoughts on it. Time to, shamelessly plug my own music. Me and my buddy Calcutta, rapping like butter, so smooth with the groove on the move. What it do? It's as much as I will ever freestyle. But we just put out a song today called Anarchy. I think his parts are really good. I kind of think I sound like shit. I don't like it. I like how Calvin's parts came out. Cutta's parts all came out dope, but my parts came out like I fucking just punched myself in the dick or something. I don't know. I lyrically punched myself in the dick. So I'm not too proud of it, but I really think you should listen to it for my homie Calcutta, because he wrecked it. So check it out. Anarchy, Rock Salt. My song, The Top, didn't come out that long ago. Only a few weeks, so go ahead and check that one out. Keep those views climbing. Appreciate every fucking bit of it. Final verdict on Muerte was just that it's okay, in my opinion. And that's all I got for y'all today. I hope that you all have a safe and splendid Tuesday afternoon. Peace the fuck out.